Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about a Vinepair article that was actually pretty good. My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Gokin, Jeff Andreezy, and Tim Swyatt.
Hey gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey everyone.
Hey-oh, so yeah, as I look through this, it wouldn't be the list that I would put together, but it's not about that. That doesn't mean it's a bad article just because it doesn't agree with the, that's going to be the subjective in nature, the best, on cheap bourbons, and I think you could tell that the person who wrote this had some knowledge about actually bourbon as opposed to some of the other things we've seen where it's like there's nothing going on there in terms of journalistic integrity, and I think this one was decent. We'll talk about that after the break. For right now, Becca said there's something she wanted to talk about, though. What is that, Becca?
I wanted to know if you guys have ever been to IKEA before.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on IKEA. I brought my parents to IKEA for the first time.
Okay.
When they came to visit, and I kind of explained to them what exactly it would be, which is you walk through. Well, there's a cafeteria.
Right.
You go through a showroom. And then you go through and there's stuff to buy, and then there's a massive area. Then you can get ice cream at the end, which one of the funny things that happened is I told my dad there was ice cream you could get at the end, or frozen yogurt, and he thought it was free ice cream you could get.
Okay. I'm grabbing it.
But they were closed at the time, and he walked up to a girl and goes, "Where do I get my free ice cream?" And she goes, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, I was told there'd be free ice cream, and she's like, there's not free ice cream.
My daughter said.
Yeah.
But I want to know what you guys think about places like that, like an IKEA. If you think it sucks and is horrible, or if you think it is a useful place to go, or if you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, I think IKEA is like self-checkout. If I have to do all the fucking work, you better cut my prices by 10%.
Right.
That place is entrapment personified.
Okay.
Well, once you enter, you must go through to leave.
It's like Hotel California.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't like about it. I mean, I was against it to start with, and then we went there, and I've bought some stuff there. They have very good organizational stuff, like little bins. We're always looking for bins for the camper because you get a shelf that's like 2 feet tall, and you only need like a foot of it. So it would be great if there was another shelf. So they have little stuff like that, plastic containers and whatnot. But you see them and you're like, well, I'm not sure if those are really the ones I want. I want to see what else they have. And so you keep walking and you're like, all right, well, I'm going to go back and get those other ones. It's like a mile walk to go back. And then they'll be like, oh, if you'd like to, cut through here's a cut through door that lets you go back to some other section. But it's like, if you didn't memorize where the shit was that you wanted to pick up in the first place, you're just walking through doors going back. It's like, well, shit, I don't know if it was before this or after this or,
Right.
What was it? It's like a damn maze.
Yeah.
It's exactly a
aisles.
maze.
Hate
I've
that
only
place.
I've been in one right outside the Mall of America, and they tore down the Met Center where the North Stars used to play hockey, put up a frickin' IKEA. I've only been in there one time, and we were going to do a quick in and out just to see. There's no quick in and out because we kept going in circles and circles. It was like one of those mazes that you'll never find your way out of, and
It's like the fucking fun house at the circus.
Yeah. So no, I've only been there once. I can't comment other than you said the word maze. That's exactly what I felt like. I said, where's the beds? Because we're stuck.
I mean, there are beds.
Right. Oh yeah, there's beds.
I mean, it's set up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's bathrooms and everything.
Yeah.
Beds named Runcula or Norvecan. The names, it's like, give me far from puking or far from pooping.
Okay.
It just, did you go and get your dag strap? What's a dag strap? It's a candle. Here. That cute. Screw. Oh, I'm so tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
What
not
about the fact they have a cafeteria there? I mean, you
But
can
he
eat
loves
literally
Chili's.
Feed you
Before-
horse.
meatballs. You can eat.
Yeah, don't they talk about the meatballs?
Oh, yeah.
It's horse.
That place is weird to me. I've only been there, like Jeff. I've been to. There's one in St. Louis. Just been there one time. Not a fan though. I'm looking at redoing a bathroom, and I've got some ideas, some things I've looked at on their website that look like they'll go pretty well in there. So maybe go
You
in
want
there
to talk
again.
about a cult?
It is a cult, yeah. But I'll say
I
this:
think there's stuff that was kind of cheap. Like I don't.
Yeah.
It's like Ashley Furniture. I'm not.
it
a
is
fan.
that stuff that
Listen,
is.
Yeah,
It's that stuff
if
designed to
you-
never be moved. By the way, so
if
like,
you go for the stuff that is cheap, then it will be the cheap stuff.
Right.
But they have different levels. Like there's different types of stuff in there. They have some stuff that is cheap and kind of shitty, and they also have stuff that's actually very nice in there as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of gotta like pick and choose. Through
I'll
what
say
you,
this. I have a 28-year-old daughter, and for people of her age, at least her and her friends, if they're shopping, it's just IKEA. If as they move, they've progressed from their apartments to houses and stuff like that. They just go into everything they buy at IKEA. That's what my kid buys. Literally everything in her house is from IKEA. That generation,
because they
that's
do
where they
have
shop. That's where
they do
shop.
have a lot of very affordable things that work. That like you, I mean, it's actually really crazy that like the price changes, like the prices on stuff is like insane in there. Like, you one thing you're like, surely to God, this is expensive as fuck, and you're like, wait, that's only $178. You're like, how the hell? And then you see another thing, and you're like, okay, well if that other one was super cheap, then this one also must be super cheap. And it's like, oh, this is the better version of it that's meant to be able to be moved.
Right.
And so
And
they
that's
have
the
the
big
stuff
thing
that's,
about the movies.
that's nicer. And so they have the crappy stuff that's great for college kids, and they have the stuff that's actually nicer for regular homes, which I think is nice. And I do really appreciate, especially for anyone, I guess, really, like they have everything set up where you can see how it would work out in a design setup as well. And they give you a lot of ideas on how to work things out, which I think
Great
is,
business idea.
oh
That is
yeah,
a
I think
business
it's a
idea.
really interesting business idea that they have there. And the worst thing to do is go there when you're actually trying to get ideas and it be busy. Like the last thing you want to do is be there on a weekend where like there's like too many people and like you're just trying to look at stuff and there's just like people all over the place, and so it sucks. If you go in the middle of the week, it's nice because you can just kind of meander and like sit on chairs, talk on your phone, look around at stuff. They got coffee stations during the week. Sometimes you can stop and grab some coffee, and then it's easy to just roll on through there. And I got a nice light from there, which was nice. My dad put that up.
There's the key word right there.
Huh?
Yep. My dad put it up. There it is.
There it
the
is.
top.
That was, yeah, my dad put, I mean, I only
With dad
bought
to
it
work.
because I said I liked that light, and my dad was visiting, and he's like, I will install that light for you if you want me to install the light.
Wow.
Okay.
And I said-
I totally get that. Your dad is a noble person to take that on, because
He is.
it is amazing to me that we have to pick our own furniture, we have to move it, and we have to put it
It's
together.
a pendant light. It was an electrical light. It had to be installed.
That's fine. We're talking furniture, and they give you one Allen wrench and not even a double-ended Allen wrench. So first thing you do is you hacksaw that goddamn thing in half. You put it in the chuck of a drill bit, and then you put the damn thing together. Because they don't tell you how to do it properly with proper power tools. No, they give you this little piece of.
I will
flimsy
say
crap.
that is but let's be fair, it's not just IKEA anymore. Everyone's ordering all their fucking furniture off of Amazon and all these different places, and it shows
Wayfair
up.
and all those places,
It shows up in 5 million different pieces, and so you have to put together most of your furniture these days. Not always, and then sometimes they send someone out where you can you pay an extra $150 and some random man that stinks shows up at your house and puts together the furniture for you, which to me is worse. I would rather just put together my own furniture and scream and yell and bitch and fight about it than some random person be in my home and put it together. But yeah, I say a lot of furniture these days. I mean, these chairs, Steve, that you were sitting in, I put together these chairs.
Okay.
Wow.
I did.
What do you have to put
Watch
together?
out the next time you sit on one.
So Tim, was there an episode of Letterkenny where the IKEA guys came and put the shelving unit together out in the driveway and argued about putting it in the house and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay.
It is awful. It is awful. And in the movie, Steve, you hit it best. Once you set that thing up, good luck moving it. Don't even think about it.
There's a lot of it that's like that.
Yeah.
And I won't try and argue that, but there is some stuff that's.
I worked in the moving business at the corporate headquarters, and that's been one of the biggest challenges of people have that stuff, and of course they bought it, they expect it to be moved, and you just can't.
There's some stuff that just it's like no, it's crap. When I moved, I just thought it was like this is fucking garbage. There's stuff that you buy, like you said, when you're in your your 20s, and it was like, oh, this is great, and it's literally just plywood, and it's gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, if it was plywood, that would be
or not plywood. It's like particle board.
It's like
particle board.
Particle
yeah.
board. Yeah, it's thin.
And even when you screw into it, all of a sudden you go a little bit too deep,
cracks,
and guess what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
the end
looking
of that.
for upright cabinets to before I had 20 or 30 boxes of bourbon that I didn't think were going to fit in my corner cabinet, and so we were looking at cabinets, and that was the one thing, anything that was affordable from what I thought, because we're planning on remodeling the kitchen in a year or two, so I don't want to spend a bunch of money on something really nice. I just want something that I could put a bunch of bourbon in, and to find anything that was of size, it had a 40 or a 50 pound weight limit, and yet it would have, physically it would have held 30 to 35 bottles of bourbon, which I weighed one. It's 3 pounds for a full bottle of bourbon. Well, you put 30 pounds, 33-pound bottles on, you're at 90 pounds on a 50-pound shelf. And 50 was the biggest I saw. A lot of them were 25, 30 pounds. Because it just it's so thin and crappy. It's just made to fall apart. It's not made to hold anything.
Yeah. I had that problem when I was trying to find cabinets for in my laundry room, because I wanted to get something that I could put full paint cans in and stack them up in there and it not be a problem, and be able to put bigger, heavier stuff in there, because that is some of our actual storage. And trying to find something that wasn't a piece of shit was so hard, and I ended up getting it was from Home Depot. They have some unfinished cabinets you can get there that you just have to paint or stain or whatever you want to do, and you have to put it on the handles and stuff. Those are actually really fantastic. And they're also, the other problem is none of them are ever deep enough. They're always 11 inches deep.
Yeah.
You're I want something that's 30 inches. I want a deep cabinet that I could actually put I don't know, my fucking my carpet shampooer inside of that closet, put it in there, and it's nothing would fit in most of these fucking things. And I did finally find some that worked out pretty well, but I did have to finish them, and that was a whole nother story in and of itself. But they did work out pretty nice, that was great. And they're pretty affordable too. So.
I didn't think about looking there.
Look at Home Depot at their unfinished cabinets.
Unfinished cabinets. Home Depot.
They're sanded and everything, like the doors are on, but
They're ready to go. They're
say
ready to go.
in general, like, and you can get like really tall ones. I think like I probably could have gone a little bit taller with the ones I got, but they were like pretty deep and wide and pretty sturdy shelves. They just had to be finished up.
They just have to be colored. Jim's
Yeah.
pretty good at that these days. So
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
there's looking. It's exquisite. I'll tell you. All right. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking?
There's a nice
Let's start.
We're
let's start
gonna
with
drink.
Jeff. Let's start with Jeff.
Keeping with the theme, which I think is from that article, I've got some Old Granddad 114.
Okay.
Oh, oh.
Okay. The pop was good. The squeak took a long time.
A lot of squeak.
Lots of squeak. Tim's next.
Messing around with my audio settings here. I got a bottle of National Barrel Company. This is the 7-year-old bourbon.
Okay.
Slide on some.
Nothing there. Nothing there.
Nothing on mine. Nothing.
Nothing. Hemingway Rye. Hemingway Rye. Right now, Jeff has the lead. Jeff still has the lead. Gokin's next.
And sticking with the show, I've got some Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. This is a heel I've got that's just
Yeah,
barely got anything
that's a
left.
heel.
He brought that to a heel party. It was rejected, by the way.
It's a screw top though, so
Yeah. Okay, there it goes.
He
There-
called
you
it
go.
a heel. He's got to finish that on the show.
Yeah. All right. Miss Becca Sue, last but not least, Jeff has the lead.
I've got some Oregon Spirit, American Rye Whiskey.
There's our winner.
There it
There's
is.
our winner. So, yes. Cheers to Becca, our champion.
cheers.
everyone.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, I'm going to be sharing this list, and we'll talk about it. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Freddie Mills of Ruse.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about an article from Vinepair that's actually pretty good.
Yes, we are. So they surveyed bartenders, and sometimes they do that and it doesn't work out that well. Again, who knows who they're talking to? There's a lot of bartenders in this country. So, but this time they surveyed bartenders. They said, "What are some good cheap bourbons?" That was the parameters that they gave. And here's the list that they came up with. So this is the ones that came up enough times they made the list. Old Grandad 114. So solid, right?
Solid.
If you like the higher proof, that's a good one to go for in that category there. Old Forester 86 proof. This makes sense. For me, a lot of bartenders use the lower proof stuff because that's it's all about more drinks and stuff like that. I'd probably get the Signature 100, which is still very affordable, but I understand why the 86 proof was selected. The next one is again I think one of the best value bourbons in bourbon. That's the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. That's always on those type of lists, and certainly deserves to be there. Four Roses Yellow Label, and I even like the fact they called it Four Roses Yellow Label. This is people in the industry. Yes, yeah, because it's the label, as we know, is not yellow like it used to be, but those that have been drinking for a while, we'd still call it Yellow Label. It is Yellow Label. It doesn't matter what the color of the label is. That's what we knew it as. That's what they told us it was, and we're sticking to it despite rebranding. So there you go. I liked that. That was one of those moments in this article where I was like, they know what to talk about. I like this one to include a craft distillery on here. Again, that's always tough because you got to look at distribution. You're probably not going to be everywhere, but what's one that is available quite a few places. Also has a nice online store where you can pick up stuff. And Leopold Brothers. So they put the Leopold Brothers cocktail bourbon on there. I thought that was a great inclusion. Evan Williams Black Label. You often see where they have the Black Label and the Bottle of Bond. I think you could get away with one or the other, whatever your preference is, but they have both on here, which is fine. Johnny Drum, again, kind of that's one that the bartenders feel like is an insider one, so I could see where that fits. And it's a value one for sure. Old Grandad Bonded. Now we're in my wheelhouse. That would be one of my that would be on my list for sure of one of my favorites. Now we do have the Old Forester Signature, the 100 proof. And then last but not least, the Bardstown Bourbon. So, again, that's a well bourbon. If you go into Kentucky, there are a lot of places that have Bardstown Bourbon as their well whiskey. So, that makes sense. So, overall, I think this is a solid list. I think that if you're looking at value bourbons, when they say cheap bourbon, that's a whole, again, subjective, but I think they did a good job of coming up with some solid picks for cheap bourbons.
Is the Leopold Brothers, is that inexpensive? I mean, all their other stuff is what I would call pricier.
Right. I don't think. Again, what I like about this is redefining what cheap is. If you're looking at a specialty from a craft distiller, it might be a little more. It's not setting a benchmark of everything to be on our cheap list has to be $20 or less. It's like, okay, let's look at it in that category of a widely available, affordable bourbon from a craft distillery. That starts to get to be a little bit tougher to do, and it's probably the most expensive one on this list for sure. But
well, and it's 90 proof, but it says 4 to 6 years, age. So
yeah,
I don't know. That seems like I would like to try that.
Yeah, it's one I haven't seen or tried yet, but
yeah. So I think this is solid, and I think Vinepair, we certainly ripped on them in the past, but this one, they did good. Whoever wrote this for them did a good job.
Yeah.
No wrinkles on there. That's a shame.
This is not the regular type of articles that have the crazy goofy ones on it.
Right.
Like these.
Exactly. Yeah. What did you say there, Becca?
George T. Stagg.
Oh, yes, just the best values, George T. Stagg.
Happy Van Winkle 23.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No wrinkles.
What were you saying, Becca? Before?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Tim, you were saying something too. It kind of, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just saying there's no wrinkles on here. That automatically gives this list credibility.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and Blanton's isn't on here.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, Vinepair, more of this stuff where it's actually a truthful, article. And there can be times when you write, I get it. You want to write about Pappy Van Winkle or Blanton's or whatever, because that's what people want to hear about. But an article like this from time to time that actually contains real information, I think is pretty good. So good job.
Do you think there's anything out there on this list that you would add or replace? Would you replace a Johnny Drum with a JTS Brown?
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know what I'm
JTS
saying?
Brown is an excellent
So,
one.
if you're going to go somewhere there, maybe you got 2 Evan Williams on there. I'd say swap out Black Label with Varial Barton, crafted
Yeah,
100.
there's a couple from Heaven Hill here.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do JW Dant. I mean,
Yep.
that stuff's really cheap and
Yeah.
solid for what it is.
Solid.
Yeah.
Well, and they've got pricing on some and not on others. I don't like it when lists,
Don't do the full research.
Yeah, they throw this stuff out here that it's a value bourbon, but they don't tell you what it is.
Right.
And then on some of them, the more common ones, they've got pricing on them.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could get certainly Wild Turkey 101. There's a fit for Wild Turkey 101. It's cheap and it belongs on a list like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, because they did multiple things, I think you could also put Old Granddad 80 proof on there. Again, it's a different concept when it's session drinking time. And Becca's talked about that. Hey, you're doing something with your friends. You're going to be drinking all day. That Old Granddad 80 proof is probably at the king of the 80 proofers.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's times when you might need an 80 proof, or you're making bourbon slushes in the summertime. You need that low proof. So that's a great
exactly.
cheap one. So there's reasons for that.
They put both of the Evan Williams on black and white, so
Right.
and two old granddads. So
yeah,
I
think the third
totally
one,
agree with that.
the trifecta of old granddads would be good. But
It should only be all old granddad on it. That's it.
I would, and if I was making a list, I would pull the 114 because it has gotten pricier, and I would put the 80 and the bonded on.
There you go.
The 114. I mean, I just had that now, and it's certainly a full flavor, and
Yeah,
it's good. But I get where you're coming from, Jim. If the
it's
80
crept
was
up
on
over
there,
time.
that's
Yeah. So there you go. Pretty good article, and I just wanted to talk about that today. That's it. So we'll wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Jeff, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and the Cigar Dojo. Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
Gokin.
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Gokin and Instagram at Jimmy Big Hands.
Yeah. He's selling a new line of gloves, too, by the way, for the man.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Moisturize.
Yeah. All right, Tim.
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112, 2 2s, 2 1s, and on YouTube at our flagship whiskey.
Miss Becca Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Miss Becca Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see me at the ABV Barrel Shop, that place where you can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Becca Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing with us, you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.